Hello there, YouTube. This is Tycooners Steve coming back for the newest episode of our subscriber zoo. And today, by popular demand, we are going to be putting in a reptile house. Now, as you might expect with the reptile house, that means we're going to have several exhibits that we're going to start today. But since by far the most requested reptile was the Komodo dragon, we're going to start by putting in a Komodo dragon display here, and then I'm going to just kind of flesh out the rest of the outline for the reptile house, and leave open a couple of empty exhibits so we can go ahead and get one final round of requests before we close up this particular venture. So I think we're going to start here, just kind of by making a little sort of center area here that we're going to try to force the guests to walk around, like they have to do a little loop inside the reptile house. Let me make sure you've got enough room for the things I'm thinking about before we do anything else. Okay, yeah, I think this is going to work. And we'll put in a little area here. And let's round the corners. Okay, so we'll make this like a little exhibit area that people have to walk around. And we might have to do it up a little bit closer. Didn't really prepare this one, so I'm going to have to do these little thinking about it things in the midway. I hope you don't mind. I think it's going to go well. Okay, what I'm going to do is go ahead and scoot the entrance for it a little bit forward so I have more room on the inside of our reptile house. So hopefully that won't mess up the idea. I don't think it will, but we'll make this little entrance here. It's going to let me put in these two smaller cages here. And we're going to make this sort of an outside area for our Komodo dragon, so they'll have both an outside and an inside. That way you can kind of see them, and hopefully seeing them will draw the guest in towards the Komodo, or the reptile house, seeing the Komodo dragons outside. You know what I mean. I don't have to explain this to you. You're smart folks. You watch my channel. A little something like this, a little something like that. Two small cages there. Probably going to make that thing on the left the inside for the Komodos. So let's go ahead and put in a few exhibits down on this side. Something like that. Maybe cut that in a little bit so we don't have those juniper bushes sneaking in. Make this a little thinner so we have slightly bigger exhibits. Round the corners? Yeah, let's round the corners. Kind of like that. Okay. Beautiful. I think this is what we're going to use for the basic outline then. Alright, and now that that's done, let's go ahead and get our Komodo dragon area ready. First, throwing down some dirt here just to make sure everything's nice and even when we go to build our stuff and lay our floors and things. Like so. And we'll do that for our pathway too, just so we can see it. Okay. Very good, very good. Right, let's pull up the Komodo dragons in and see exactly what they're needing for themselves. Now here comes the difficult part, realizing if it's under K for Komodo or D for Dragon. Searching through here, searching through here. There we go. And that looks like more than an appropriately sized cage. Let's throw down some semi-desert here. Like so. And I'm going to dig out a little divot. So that way it's kind of walking down sort of a hill as it's going towards the part of the exhibit where the people are. The viewing area is the word I was looking for there. Viewing area. Put in a little moat here. These guys are poisonous due to the bacteria they carry in their mouth, so don't want anybody reaching any fingers or toesies across to get them bit off by the dragon. And now I'm going to take away this kind of artificial looking fence here, and I'll probably put up something else. I'm not sure if I'm going to put an outside sleeping area or habitat. Yeah, let's go ahead and use these sort of bamboo-y fences for the reptile huts. I think that's going to work fine. And let's find some cable fences to throw down towards the front of the Komodo exhibit. Like so. And I guess we'll extend this there. Good. Complete the pathway. Make sure we don't upset the water by putting in a rounded path. Make sure we put in some straight paths on the front, and we can round the back paths. It doesn't matter there. That's just a little pro tip. If you put down the rounded paths right against a thin strip of water like that, it can mess up the hitbox and make the land go all funky. I learned that the hard way after many, many practices. So, I'm going to extend this land out a bit, just to get the length or the width of the water slightly more uniform looking. Put a little faux river there, and we'll kind of disguise it by putting some rocks in the front and the back, like this. This is a good way to disguise things with a rock. Well, those kind of look good. No, it's too big, too big, too big. Yeah, there we go. It needs to be just big enough to go over the bamboo. That's what we're shooting for. And we'll extend the rock formation out across the water there. And we can also plant some trees on the side to kind of disguise the fact that you're entering a new little area here. How should we handle that? We can make it... Now, if we do that, we got the problem that they're going to go out. So we'll put a fence. And even though the fence technically goes under the water, and in real life the dragons could probably get out, that's going to prevent them from leaving it here in the game universe. And just a couple stones there. And one or two big ones in the back to hide the fence, like so. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of the border fence I put down to mark the path. And we're going to use these guys, this cable fence here, at least for the straight parts. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that little rounded area. You know what? I think I have a Komodo dragon statue. I think statues. Yeah, we have a statue there. So let's kind of build a feature for it. Gonna throw down a couple of rocks for it, like so. It's kind of a faux little wall there, and sort of a jutting out rock, something like that. Nope, too much. Oh, that works. Okay, and then it's disappearing. What we'll do, we'll create a little floating pathway here. So what you do is put in a regular floating path. You put the dragon statue on top of it, and then you put in the invisible one that you get from Snow Leo's combi pack, and boom! Statue is now standing on the rocks. Perfection. We did it. High five. Through the screen. Just high five me. Just high five your screen. You're gonna like it. It'll be fun. Well, we're having some hitbox issues with the seats, so you can't sit right there, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm going to go ahead and make... I guess we need to finish up the outside area first. Okay, let's look at what vegetation goes well with our Komodo dragons. Looks like these Darwin bushes, which I'm a big fan of. Gonna throw in some of this higher grass too. Yes, yes. Any good trees? Not super. Oh, well, we got these nice willow trees. I mean, it's technically listed as being in Australia, but I'm gonna fudge it and say it's close enough. More bushes. Kind of fill up that back area there. And let's go ahead and steal this grass here to kind of blend the two areas in. That's fine. And what do we want to put glass here? Like a 4 high? Is 4 high good enough? That will go all the way to the ceiling. Yeah, I guess I'll let it go all the way to the ceiling, and then we'll just box this area off. Got a little pathway we're hiding in there for our zookeepers. Can never forget the zookeeper pathways. I've made many a mistake in creating a building where I have no way to get into the exhibit. Okay, we'll do that, and let's see what we can do for the floor here. Let's see about this wood board stuff. I like this pattern, but a lot of times because it's only a curved fence, it kind of messes me up. Yeah, let's go ahead and switch over. Let's try laying the concrete and see if we can't lay like those wood. I'm not sure if I smoothed out the ground correctly first or not, but we're going to try to lay down these wooden floor tiles. Here. Oh, they're looking pretty good. Oh, there's a hitbox problem there. Let's see. Oh, there's one there too. Yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't smooth out. You gotta be super careful with smoothing out the ground if you're gonna use those guys. That's okay. We'll find a good path, I am sure. Let's go ahead and put their shelter inside here. And put out a couple enrichment objects outside so that they're lured to go both in and out, over and over and over. Making it a very exciting exhibit for our guest. Food and water in both places. We'll go ahead and vegetatize their actual exhibit now. What were the rocks that suggested? I want these rocks, I think, because I'm pretty sure that even in like the vanilla game, the Komodo dragons will climb on the medium scrub rocks. So a little pro tip there. Even if you're just doing the vanilla game, try to put a medium scrub rock in your Komodo dragon exhibits, because they will climb on them. And we'll just use a couple of those willows and build up this area with the same vegetation so I can kind of disguise the borders. It's going to leave a little bit of area just immediately across from our sun bears. Maybe we can do something with. Maybe we can't. Haven't decided yet. But if you can think of anything, of course, comment below. This is your subscriber zoo, so don't hesitate to let me know what you think. We'll throw down a couple of eggs to make it look like they're got a little nest going. And let's go ahead and make a nice sliding doorway here, like I like to do for all of my indoor-outdoor animals. Just gives it a nice little realistic touch. No, there's an actual bamboo one somewhere in here. Somewhere out there. There we go. Boop, boop. And now use a tank wall. I'm sure if you've been watching my videos, you're more than familiar with the tank wall floating railing. There we go. I guess I should mention this. I did have at one point the idea to sort of make a couple of shorter, like, technical tutorials. Just, like, real quick, if you had to look up how to make a floating railing or something like that. Something that you could come back and look at real quick. I think I mentioned it once before and I never really got a response. But if you are interested, let me know. Because I'd be happy to do those things real quick to teach you how to do, like, the stairs properly and things like that. Or how to hang this reptile house sign, like so. And I'm going to go ahead and put a higher railing here so it doesn't look like the reptile sign. No, it's kind of messing with the hitbox though. Let me move you real quick and then put down the appropriate railing and then move you back. Like that. There, perfect. Now you'll be able to see the snaky from a distance. From a distance, you'll see the snake sign. You're welcome. I would sing more, but, you know, copyright and stuff. I'm sure you want to hear me sing more because I have such a melodious voice. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put the ceiling on here. Or the roof. You can put the ceiling or the roof on. I'll let you do either. Throwing this one down and down. Okay. Also, since this is a subscriber zoo, I guess I can go ahead and remind you now the rules. We are putting in a reptile house, so I am going to ask you for this last round to limit yourself to reptiles or amphibians. Or bugs. I'll let you do reptiles, amphibians, or bugs for this thing. But here we are now. Let's go ahead and do our walkthrough. Looking beautiful. Looking wonderful. Oh, I see the reptile house thing messed up again. I'll have to refix that. But so far, here's our exhibit. Nice little pool, nice little rocky area, including the heated thing. Oh, and there's our Komodo dragon, just kind of lumbering around. I don't think it's going to get stuck. Yeah, there it goes. It's moving through, just kind of being headstrong. So there you are. Those is the Radical Remake Komodo dragons. If it looks a little different than the one in your game, just go to the Radical Remake. And they'll be happy to give you these awesome looking Komodo dragons for a free download there. You can't climb over the fence, because then you would kill us all. And that would probably not be good for public relations. You can also see our Komodo dragon statue resting there on the rock. Looking just fine. The entrance to a reptile. Like I said, we'll have to repair that one little area. But this will be our main entrance once we put in our next exhibits. And obviously you will have to make a right to go to the inside of the Komodo dragon area. Very good. This is looking pretty good too. Yes, yes. Yes, there's our zookeeper doing nothing, so the usual, for our zookeepers at least. Usually zookeepers tend to be very hard-working individuals, as far as I can tell. I really like this bamboo display. I forget, I've had it for a long time, I forget who I got it through, so I apologize if I can't remember. I do know you can get all of the mods I use currently at the Zoo Tycoon 2 download wiki. So if you see something you like, I might not be able to tell you the name, but if you go there and you do enough searching, you can probably eventually find it. But let's go ahead now and turn around and we'll view this like we were a zookeeper that did do work. Let's go ahead and walk in here, throw open the gateways. Open the gates and seize the day. This is a musical episode. Beautiful carcass there. And obviously our Komodo was not stuck because he's not where he was before. Where are you, Mr. Komodo? Don't sneak up and bite me on the hiney. Oh, he's going inside. Okay, so that also proves that our inside-outside mechanics are working fine for this exhibit. Let's go ahead and throw open the zookeeper door. Oh, and they're all having a tasty little bit of meat. Tasty little bit of meat. And you can see the eggs is there. It's going to be a real treat for the guest. I always like to see eggs because it lets them know that the circle of life is continuing. But anyway, let's do our traditional zoom out, spin around so you can see an aerial view of this new exhibit that you built with me today. And that's going to take care of a good chunk of our reptile house. It's obviously very large animals here, at least large for reptiles. We do have that little spot up there. If you have an idea for that, I will be able to listen to it. But mostly I'm looking for things to put in these two little spaces or these two spaces over here. Like I said, please try to limit it to reptiles, amphibians, or bugs to keep with the theming of the area, because for some reason bugs and amphibians appear in a lot of reptile houses. If you don't know how to vote, the way we're doing this is it's a subscriber zoo. Just leave a comment below telling me what type of animal or exhibit you want to see next. Whichever one gets the most votes in the next 3 days will be the next one I put together. If I get a whole bunch of scattering of votes, since we're doing a house and these are going to be smaller exhibits, I might do a couple suggestions next time. But as you can see, this is pretty much going to fill up our zoo. I'm going to obviously do the next episode, and then I will do my traditional walkthrough, and then I will post on probably Dropbox the completed zoo. If anybody else wants to take this and walk through it, since you did help me build it. But anyway, I want to thank you for coming with me today, and you have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.